This video is about plugins used in themes made by StudioPress. Most of these themes use two plugins, Simple Social Icons and Genesis eNews Extended. You might want to use these plugins on your site, or you might have your own favourite plugins that you want to use instead. And this is what they actually look like on your website. This is the eNews Extended plugin that lets you add a newsletter subscription box, and Simple Social Icons, which lets you link to Twitter and Facebook and things like that. The way you add plugins to your site, you just go to your dashboard, go to plugins, add new, you search for a plugin, and then when you find it, I usually click more details just to make sure I've got the right one, and then it tells you it's a bit of information here, and you can just add it to your site. One thing I always do before I install plugins, I just check to see how recently it's been updated. This one was updated 6 months ago, which is not too bad. And it's compatible up to 4.3.2 version of WordPress, which should be okay. Although it's not completely up to date, but it's fairly okay. So that's the Genesis eNews Extended plugin and the Simple Social Icons plugin. Some themes need special plugins that add extra functionality to your website. AgentPress Pro uses a special plugin that makes it easy to list houses on your website, and Author Pro uses a special plugin that makes it easy to list books on your website. So this is AgentPress Pro, and if you scroll down you'll see the houses listed here, and if you click on one of these you'll see a special type of listing gallery with all this extra information. And they're called custom post types, but it's built into a plugin, and you can easily add that plugin, which makes it easy to add houses to your website. Now this is Author Pro theme, and that's got a similar thing. If you scroll down the front page you'll see the books, and if you click on one of the books and scroll down that page you'll see there's this extra information here, and that uses another one of these things called a custom post type to make it easy to list your books on your website. This is AgentPress Listings plugin, and this is the Author Pro plugin. 3 StudioPress themes use the Genesis Responsive Slider plugin. There's Executive Pro, Outreach Pro, and Education Pro, and they use the Genesis Responsive Slider plugin. Now, the modern Studio Pro theme uses an Instagram plugin, which is this one here, and Beautiful Pro uses an Instagram plugin. Now, these are two different plugins. This plugin here hasn't been updated for 2 years. Now, it's up to you whether you want to use that one or a more modern one. This one is up to date, and it's been updated quite recently. And we can see that here. This is the plugin that's used on Beautiful Pro theme, and it says this plugin has not been tested with your current version of WordPress and it was last updated 2 years ago. And this is the other plugin, Instagram, WP Instagram widgets, and you see this one, it says last updated 21 hours ago. So that's, being well maintained and kept up to date. Now this is Expose theme, and this theme is actually using a plugin called jQuery Lightbox for native galleries, but this is outdated. And nowadays they recommend, instead of this one, you use the Jetpack plugin and the carousel module of the Jetpack plugin. And the reason they recommend you don't use this jQuery Lightbox for native galleries is it was last updated 4 years ago, which is a long time in computer world. The plugins and widgets I've shown you are used on the StudioPress demo sites. However, as you learn more about WordPress, you'll soon build up your own list of favourite plugins to customise your site and make it behave just the way you want it.